For someone with such a bright future, our next guest, well, he's played some pretty dark characters.
Hailing from a tiny town in WA, Cody Fern has managed to make a big impact on Hollywood, starring in everything from House of Cards...
Men your age, they unravel very easily these days.
...to the House of Versace in the assassination of Gianni Versace.
You promise no one else gets hurt?
Joining long-running series American Horror Story, he's played multiple characters who are bad to the bone.
Being good got me nowhere, but being bad feels really good.
And it feels real good to have him back in Oz.
My name is Michael Langdon, and I am the Antichrist.
Please welcome Cody Fern. All right, I've got a whole bunch of questions, but the rashi, what's that all about?
This is expression.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's fashion, I think. I mean, I'm trying things out, we'll see.
OK, well, I did want to also ask you about, for non-West Australians, you grew up in the country town of Southern Cross in WA. Now, for the uninitiated, that's about 4.5 hours drive inland from Perth.
Yeah.
It can't have been too much acting or theatre there. How did you develop your love for it?
I didn't encounter acting or theatre until I was 22. I mean, acting, obviously, daytime movies and whatnot, but we have 3 channels in Southern Cross. We're just outside of Kalgoorlie, so it was GWN, WIN and SBS. I think my love of acting really came because of Kate Blanchett in Elizabeth. That's really where I understood, oh, that's what I want to do.
Okay. I'm from WA as well. Is there much you miss about WA? Is it chicken treat, buzz?
Do you know what? I miss Cottesloe.
Oh yeah, and the cot.
Yep, the cot, the beach. I really miss the beaches. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, nice.
In 2014, you won the Heath Ledger Scholarship. Did that really change things for you?
Yeah, it did. I mean, certainly on a global scale, I became more known. It was still a long journey until something like Crime Story. It was 3.5 years. So it gives you that leverage and the ability to go over to LA. It's very hard to get into Los Angeles, especially the current political situation. But yeah, it really gave me a boost up. And to be part of that legacy is incredible.
Well, I tell you what, you've totally landed on your feet. American Horror Story is huge.
Yeah.
But when you actually went for a role there, you thought you were going to play the good guy.
Yeah, well, Ryan got in touch and asked me to come onto the show, and he had pitched me the good guy against Sarah Paulson's bad guy. So I thought, OK, this is what's going to happen. And it wasn't until 2 days before I walked onto set that I found out you're playing the Antichrist.
Oh, OK.
Yeah. The most anticipated character since season 1. So that was a bit of a head spin.
Bit of pressure?
Lots of pressure, yeah, especially because you don't get the scripts until a couple of days before sometimes. So you get them and then you have to adjust and
But is that for rehearsal? You're not getting a script 2 days before you're going to be shooting things,
Oh,
are you?
yeah, sometimes you get it the night before. Yeah.
Wowee.
The night before?
Yeah.
And you've done nothing with your actors, or you haven't blocked anything out? You haven't done the scenes?
No, TV is so fast. You rehearse on set, and when you're working with actors like Sarah Paulson and Jessica Lange and Kathy Bates, it's kind of like it's butter.
But isn't that a bit... Sorry, Pete, isn't that a bit intimidating? I mean, these are multi-Academy Award-winning actors that you're working with, and you're kind of a bit fresh from, you know, country WA.
Yeah, you know, the thing about these incredible artists, though, is that they're so generous. So what you have is somebody who is so advanced at their craft that make you feel easy, and they're so good that they're doing half of the work for you. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but something inside steps up when you step onto a stage with somebody like Jessica Lange. You just have to. It's sink or swim, and I didn't get that far to sink.
Well, I have to ask about Jessica Lange because I'm a mad fan. Didn't you have to get really physical with her in one scene?
I did choke her.
What?
Yeah. And
how do you do that with Jessica Lange?
You choke her. And she's really somebody who wants you to go all the way. And I remember thinking, well, this is the day that I kill Jessica Lange, and that's going to be my legacy. But she's such an incredible force of nature.
Now, you're back in Australia to be able to give back to the Australian acting community. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I'm teaching at 16th Street studio in Melbourne. My good friend Kim Cray just invited me over to teach, and it's about breaking through the misnomers, the about what acting is and the bridge between Australia and LA, and because so much is kind of impossible, you see it as the far off land, and there's a system to take you there, but really back to focus on the craft of acting and what it means to be able to work with somebody like Jessica or Kathy and to pay it forward.
Well, that's the real spirit of Heath Ledger, so you'd be doing him proud right now.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, you can go along and watch Cody's masterclass in Melbourne at 16th Street Actors Studio this week. We've got all the details on our website. Please thank Cody Fern.